on, guys? Today we're going to be working on the white bubble again, getting more of it stripped out. Today we're going to be taking off the whole rear trailing arms, suspension, pretty much everything in the back area is going to be coming off today. And then maybe today, if I get to it, we'll start tearing into getting this motor out. But I don't know, we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the jack. I'm going to jack up the back of this, take these wheels off. Well, take this wheel off, and then I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to do to take off the rear trailing arms. Be right back. Alright guys, got the compressor all heated up, ready to go. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take these bolts out here. They are 9/16. There's two of them. Then obviously you're going to take the two strut bolts up off there at the top there. Then right over here, you want to take that lower control arm bolt out. These are known for snapping as well as these ones. So lube them up real good if you really care about them, if you really need them. And then right under here, you see this chunk of mess here. There's two bolts underneath here. You're going to want to drop, and then further on in the back, you got those two right there. And then you swing around back here, and you got that bolt right there that you can take out. And then the whole thing should drop out. Should. So that's what I'm hoping. So you got that bolt right there, and that bolt right there. And so let me get this side dropped out. This thing is just hella muddy and just like dirty in general. So let me get this all pulled out and everything, and we'll see where we're at from there. Alright guys, so slight change of plans. I'm not going to pull the trailing arms off of this car. After looking at the trailing arms and everything underneath this car, and looking at stuff under the trailing arms and everything under the red car, these ones are in worse shape, so I don't need them. So I mean, if it makes it easier for me to get rid of the car with it rolling, I'm just going to leave this stuff together. But what I have done is I took a couple bolts off of this car and the 14-inch steel that was on the back, because this one had a donut in the front, and I took some bolts off of the other car, strut bolts, upper control arm bolts. When I got the car, it had a lug nut here. It had this random nut that didn't really fit here, and it had this other completely random awkward bolt here, and that was it for bolts. It didn't really work out well. Same thing with the other side. So I got pretty much everything I needed suspension wise for the bolts and nuts and all that for this car, for the red car. There's still this car has random bolt or random nut on the tie rod end, random nut on the lower ball joint. So I'm going to yank those off of the white car. I'm going to throw them on this car, throw the ones from this car onto that car, just to try to keep that car rolling, I guess. So basically, instead of ripping this car all the pieces and having it sitting on the ground, I'm just going to buy myself time, energy, and we're just going to get the bolts and nuts that I need from front end, back end, rear end, whatever. As you can see, this is already missing the upper control arm bolts because I took them, well, I'm missing one, and that side's missing both because I took the whole setup out. But we're going to pull the motor, transmission, ECU, wire harness, shift linkage, and all that out of this one for that car. Not sure if this motor and everything is going to go in that red car or not, but I'm still going to pull it anyway. I have somebody who's interested in the shell to throw together a drag car. Has no title, obviously, so perfect car for that. So I need to get this thing. I need to figure out what exactly I'm doing, map out a plan, get it done, and this is the only nice day we're gonna have for a while. Basically for the next, I don't know, 2 weeks again. It's gonna be cold, and it's only 47 degrees, I think, out right now. So it's not really that warm necessarily. But like I said, I got to get the tie rod end crown nut off of this car, lower ball joint nut off of this car, which I believe is still a crown nut. The suspension bolt that goes through the fork, I need that for the other car. And some other random odds and ends. This video was supposed to be pulling the trailing arms off and all that, but at the end of the day, is it going to be worth all the time and energy to pretty much do it when the set that I have right now is in better shape? So basically that's what we're going to be doing. Going to be getting random nuts and bolts and everything, bolting everything up the way it wants to be, or the way it should be. I'm trying to think of what else I might need out of this thing. All the fuses and all that crazy stuff, because like I said, this car was mid-strip when I got it. So basically he ripped everything out, so I gotta replace all that. Oh yeah, front lower control arm, this one's got an aftermarket one on there, and you can't really tell obviously, but it's bent and all messed up, so I had to pull the other one off the other car. The bracket for the bracket right there that holds the rack in place, I need to get that off of the other car. I need to get the fuel line and fuel filter off of the other car, mainly because this car was an H series car, and anybody that knows is H series for the most part. The guy that I got the car from, his setup, everything was on this side, so that's why that's there. Then I have to cut this mount off. This is an H series innovative mount. I got to cut that off. I got to get the other mount off of the other car, which is just spot welded on, and I got to weld it onto this car. So I mean, there's a lot of work to be done. The AC stuff, when I was stripping the interior, I yanked out the AC delete. Well, it's not really delete, but it's for the CX that doesn't have AC. That goes in place of all the AC stuff. And then I also have the plug that pretty much goes right there, and that basically covers that up the nice way. So let me get some bolts out, and then I'll turn this back on. We'll see where. Guys, got this side buttoned up. Got the lower ball joint nut on, the actual crown nut. Got the tie rod end crown nut on. The suspension bolt that goes through the suspension fork, I got that on. Wheels on. The only thing I'm missing is a caliper. We took it off when we picked the car up because we couldn't fit this donut on the front with the caliper on it, just lock the wheel up. We took it off, we put it in the car. Now it's not in the car, so I don't know what happened to it. I have no idea. But I took the ghetto bolts that were on this, I put them over on the white bubble, so it's rollable at least. I mean, everything's in there nice and tight, so when whoever comes to get it or whatever, it's not like a huge issue. I got to get the brake line off of this. What else? Oh, the hold on a second. As you can see, this lower control arm back here, the bolt is kind of like a ghetto bolt that doesn't even go to it. We had to do that once again when I picked the car up because that bolt was missing. So I grabbed the bolt off of the other side. There's a socket right here, so I'm gonna pop that out. I'm gonna jack it up, pop that out, throw this in, hit it with the impact, and then the back end of this should be good. I'm gonna go over these bolts back here, make sure everything's tight, pull the wheels off and stuff, and see what's missing back here. Zip tie up the e-brake cables, because the e-brake cables are kind of just, as you can see, they're hanging, stuff like that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll get back to you guys. I'll see how we're doing with everything else. All right, be right back. All right, guys, got all the suspension on, all the right bolts and nuts on. I got the lower control arm on from the other car. So the red car for now is all done. Got my boy Eugene getting that bottom rad support off, so we can just get this motor out a lot easier. Come on, man, pull that thing. Yeah, what are you, a little girl? What are you, a little girl or something? Bro, hey, no cursing, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right, monetized.
Oh, don't curse on my shit.
Back of the van.
Yeah, let's throw it in the back. I broke my window. Broke my window pretty good. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. Broke the window putting this stupid trim on. So I got to pull both of the windows out of this white car. What? The only other thing, I need the motor and trans wire harness ECU out of this car. And the back brake line, I think. And then that's it. I think everything else that I want off this car, for the most part, I think is gone. So I want to yank this motor out real quick. It shouldn't take long since everything's pretty much disconnected already.
With the harness?
Yeah, just rip this motor out real quick. Then we're going to throw some wheels on this thing and get it out of this driveway for good. Well, I got to still pull the windows out, but
turd bucket going away.
Yeah. So we're gonna start tearing into this motor. Get everything disconnected so we can so basically we can get this motor out. So I'll get back to you guys once we get this motor out. Alright guys, got the motor out. Boy Eugene's under there just dropping the shift linkage real quick. Next thing I gotta do, which ain't gonna be today, I think I'm probably done for today. It's been a long day. But we got the motor out. Wire harness is connected to it. Gotta get the ECU out of that car. We cut the front off just to make everything easier, because I mean it's trash. Anyways, we gotta get the ECU out of there. Obviously the shift linkage. There you go. Woo! Eugene's doing it! My boy. Alright, yeah. What else?
There's one.
I have to drill the spot welds out of that mount right there for the transmission. And I got to cut this H series mount off, because obviously, you know, this isn't an H series. And aside from pulling the back quarter glasses off, since I broke this one today, there's not much else use for this car. The axle is going to stay in there because, I mean, it's garbage. Oh yeah, and the rack. I want to take the rack out. Keep the rack, the mount, fuses for the fuse box and all that still. But that will be another day, another video. This is going to be a pretty long series, seeing as though there's a hell of a lot to do. Oh yeah, and the fuel rail, fuel lines and everything, since it's on the other side.
It looks like she dead mudded in this thing.
Yeah, the car's full of mud. Like, it's really, really disgusting. Like, working on this thing is probably... Huh?
Are you holding it?
Nah, you want me to?
I think you had to hold it.
I thought so, but the bolts are actually welded in like they're supposed to be. On all the other bubbles I had, the bolts weren't welded. So once you get them out, the thing should just drop right out the bottom. Yeah, you're on the last one. I can see it spinning. Woo! Look at those pedals, bro. Hell yeah, brother. Do it for Dale. Watch your mouth.
Fudge. I said fudge.
Oh. Thought you said something else. It sounded like something else. Woo! Look at that. Hey, Eugene. No, stay under there. Come over here. I want to see your face. see your ugly ass mug. What's up, dog? What's happening? All right. Ow. All right, so this window's got to come out. I'm going to do a video on how to pull windows out because I'm going to pull the windshield too because why not? If it's in good shape, might as well. Boy Eugene came in clutch. Got that hella gross D-Series Schurft linkage.
D-Series for life.
D-Series. So that's going in there. I guess that's it. I mean, really not much else going on. Oh yeah, we got another project on the channel, you know what I'm saying? We got this hella dope van, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put some turbos on it, some nitrous on it, some 30-inch wheels, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing. We're not doing shit with that. I gotta get the brackets and stuff off for that one, but that'll be another day. I'm tired. It's getting cold. Soon, once we get consistent weather, to the guy that's worried about the doors, you see one's done obviously. I'm gonna do a video on the other door. I'm just kind of waiting. This is gonna be my daily, since the Integra still needs to be tuned and all that other fun stuff. By the way, anybody wondering, got Scrap Metal TV stickers, decals. If anybody wants one, send me a message or whatever. We got I could do it, you know, I could have it done in any color pretty much. They look pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? We out there. I also got the Demon Squads. There's my little squad right there. Yeah, go ahead. And I'll be getting them from KMB Vinyl. Anybody want to check him out on Facebook? He does really good decal work. He does heat transfer, t-shirts, beanies, bandanas, pretty much anything. You can send him a picture and he'll pretty much heat transfer it onto a shirt, beanie, bandana, whatever you prefer. But I guess that's about it for right now. I'm gonna clean up, put all the tools away and such, and tomorrow's supposed to be nice, so maybe tomorrow I'll come back out, get some recording done on what you know, switching over parts or whatever. Maybe not, I don't know. There's all just little stupid stuff. So probably the next video will maybe be the pulling the glass out of this. I'll show you guys how to do that, and pulling the glass and the two windows and the windshield out of this car. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and that's all. Peace.